Hi, welcome to Mr. Otter's studio. I've had a lot of questions about drawing and perspective, so today I'm just going to cover those topics. I'm going to be showing you the difference between 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. And perspective is one of the first art lessons that I can remember. In 4th grade, Mrs. Baxter taught me how to draw a city using 2-point perspective, and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. But in high school, 3-point perspective threw me off, and I just couldn't figure it out. Finally, when I was teaching high school, one of my students really helped me understand perspective. I had a student that was really good at it. So today I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned, and I would draw with me. So you need a ruler, a pencil, and a piece of paper. Also, on Amazon, I was able to put together, I have like my own storefront since I'm an Amazon affiliate and an Amazon influencer, and I put together some drawing supplies. So these are going to be supplies that I recommend and that I've used when I taught high school, and also things that I use right now as an artist. And I also have my watercolor list on there. I just thought it would be really nice. A lot of people ask, what paper is it? What pencil is it? And this is just your list of supplies if you want to follow along with my tutorials. So definitely use a ruler that you can see through. Of course, use what you have, but it's a lot easier to use something you can see through for perspective drawings. So I'm going to show you how to draw a square using 2-point perspective and also using 3-point perspective. And we're just going to draw a line across the middle of our paper. This is our horizon line. So let's pretend like this is where the sun goes down. If we're like, this would be the ocean, the sun would go down there. And then let's just give ourselves 2 vanishing points. And a lot of times when artists draw this way, the vanishing points are not on the paper, but we're going to add them to the paper just to make it a little bit easier for us. So I'm going to add 2 X's, one on the right and one on the left. And this first block is going to be really, really easy. So we're going to draw one corner of the block, and it's going to be perpendicular to this line. Perpendicular just means there'd be like a 90-degree angle right here, so try to keep it as straight as you can. The cool thing with perspective is you can create things that look real that don't exist. So I'm just going to say that this wall is going to become about this far of my block, and then this side is going to be about that long. And now we need to figure out how to give it that perspective. So we need to give it the top, like the roof line, I guess, if you would. If this was a house, it would be the roof line. So the left side is, you're going to take the top of that to the left vanishing point. So it's going to come right there. And the right side, we're going to take that line to the right vanishing point. So the tops and bottoms are the things that are going to change, the top edge and the bottom edge, but not any of the sides with 2-point perspective. The side edges are going to be perpendicular. So let me make that a little bit easier for you to see. If this was a house, and you could put a little door on there and a roof, whatever. So that's our block on the line. Let's take one right over our line. So let's draw a point just right here in the middle. And then let's figure out again how wide we want it to be. Since we can choose with this one, we're just gonna say maybe this side's a little bit longer and this side is shorter, really short. So this is the corner that's closest to us, and then these corners are a little bit further away. So now we have the top side that we can see of our block and the bottom part of our block that we can see. So to make the top side, we're gonna come to the middle point and draw a line to the left vanishing point. To make the right side, we're gonna draw a line to the right vanishing point. And we're gonna come down to the bottom and do the same thing. So the right side, we're gonna bring it back to the right vanishing point, the left side to the left vanishing point. Now I'll erase this horizon line so you can kind of see this block a little bit better. So we have one on it, kind of at it, and now let's draw one below it. And I'm actually gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna put one corner, trying to keep it as straight as I can. And I want this one to be about that wide there, and then maybe this wide here. So this is the side that's closest to us. This is where we can see the top. So this is where I know a lot of people need help. So I'm going to need to bring this side down a little bit. So to make this top edge, I'm gonna bring a line to the left vanishing point, also the bottom edge. And then the right side, I'm gonna bring to the right vanishing point. Remember, this is the side, it's not the top or the bottom. It is a top line, however. So we have this shape right here. But what do we do here? This is where a lot of people get confused with 2-point perspective. So in 2-point perspective, we're going to bring this right corner to the left. You kind of switch it. So instead of taking it to this side, which we can't, or taking this side to this side, we're gonna take it to the opposite sides. So the right corner is coming to the left vanishing point, and the left corner is coming to the right vanishing point. And that will make a perfectly in perspective top. And where they cross, that is the corner. So it'll create that shape for you. So there we have that shape. So let me erase some of these lines so you can see it a little bit better. So now what happens if we put something above it? Well, the exact same thing. So just try it with me. So draw one of your lines. Also, some people will do this without using a ruler. If you're just beginning, I think it's helpful to use a ruler. So I'm gonna put a line right in the middle. And I'm gonna make this maybe this wide here and maybe this wide here. Okay, so let's get that top edge. I'm taking the left side to the left vanishing point, just like we did before. And I'm gonna bring it behind this box. So it would go like dot, 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 like right there. And then the right side, I'm doing the same thing that we did before. I'm taking it to the right vanishing point. I'm just gonna erase these top lines so you can kind of see the shape a little bit better. And now what about this part? Well, we do the same thing we did with this one. We take it to the opposite vanishing point. So the right point, I'm taking to the left side, the left vanishing point. Whoops. Keep your ruler straight. And then this left side, which would be, we might have to find it actually. Let's find it really quick. If this point came to here, okay, we do need that point. We could put this block actually in front or behind, doesn't really matter. Take the left point to the right vanishing point. And there we have our second block. So do we want it to be behind or in front of this one? Let's put it in front. So we have simple blocks, and this is all 2-point perspective. I'm going to just be using blocks for this tutorial. I can show you how to do letters in another one. All right, so here we have a block above the horizon line, on the horizon line below, and then crossing over it. So what happens if we add a third perspective point in there? This is gonna make things get a little bit crazy. So we're gonna do the same thing over here, but I'm going to add one more vanishing point. Let's go ahead and add our 3-point perspective blocks over here. I'm just going to put we could put it up here if we want. It doesn't really matter where it is. Let's just go ahead and add it up here or below. I like it below. Let's add it right here. Here is our third vanishing point. So I'm going to put a line in the middle. I want to make sure you don't get confused because I have 2-point perspective drawings on the left. All right, so let's start just how we started on this left side. Let's put one right on our horizon line. One huge difference is that these sides are all perpendicular, straight up and down, more or less. But when we add a third vanishing point, those sides change. It's almost like looking up at a building, how it looks like it's getting smaller as it goes up. That's what we're doing. So when we draw the sides, I think it's honestly easier to have the third point in there. We're just gonna use that third point and kind of pivot it. So we're gonna give the side that is towards us, let's see. Let's maybe move this one a little bit over. So we have one side. This is the side that's closest to us. Remember, I'm kind of pivoting from that point. 2 sides. And then let's come over here. I don't want it to be too crazy. Let's give it that third side. Okay, now how do we decide how tall or short these are? Well, all you need to decide is this middle line, how tall or short it is. So if I'm gonna keep it this tall, then we do the same thing we did in 2-point perspective. We bring this left side down to our left vanishing point. That way. And then the right side, we bring to our right vanishing point. You can already see this is starting to look a little different. So this is like a building. It almost looks like it's tipping behind our horizon line. We can't see the bottom of it. We can't see the top of it. Let's draw one that comes through our horizon line right here. So I'm going to draw the first corner here. Second corner here, and then the third side here. And then again, we just need to figure out how big we want it to be. So I'm just gonna keep this the top and that the bottom. These 2 sides' heights will change based on the vanishing point. Like this one needs to actually be bigger. Okay, so we take the top of the left side, that line goes to the left vanishing point, the bottom of the left side goes to the left vanishing point, and the same thing with the right. We take the bottom of the right side to the right vanishing point, the top of the right side to the right vanishing point. So you can already tell things are starting to get a little crazy over here, but it looks really cool. Okay, now we're going to put a shape. Let's go ahead and put one above. Let's put a shape above the horizon line. And I erase a lot just so I can make sure I'm drawing the right things. So to put one above the horizon line, we're just going to draw one side. Two sides. And then we can draw our third side up here. I don't think, maybe I'll overlap this one. Yeah. Maybe this side will be like right here. Okay. So you'll see how long, I drew that one pretty long. Let me make sure you can see the top of this. I'm gonna bring this down just so you can see the top of it. So we have our three sides, our left side, our right side, and then to figure out exactly how big they need to be, let's bring the top side of the top of the left side down to our left vanishing point, the bottom of our left side to our left vanishing point, the bottom of our right side to our right vanishing point, and I'm coming right in front of this shape, and then the top of the right side all the way down to our right vanishing point. So definitely did not need to be that high, and I should not have drawn that dark. I'm gonna bring this one inside in front of the shape. Okay, now what about the bottom? How do we make this shape right here? You probably already figured it out because it's the exact same as 2-point perspective. We just bring the bottom of the right side to the opposite, so to the left vanishing point, and the bottom left side to our right vanishing point. So there you go. Let's just put some, I'm just gonna go ahead and erase any lines you're using to draw it with. You should not draw as dark as I did. All right, now since we figured that out, let's go ahead and draw one below it. This is gonna be your test to see if you really have figured this out. This is gonna be my test. So if it's above the horizon line, we can see the bottom of it. If it's below, we can usually see the top of it. Okay, so I'm gonna draw one side, two sides, and then I'm gonna make this one super wide. No, I'll just draw it. I wanna keep it within this area. So draw three sides, and then let's create this shape. So we're going to bring the bottom of the left side to the left vanishing point. I might actually bring this down a little. I'm gonna bring this line down a little bit. The bottom of the right side to the right vanishing point. Notice I left a little bit there because I didn't want to bring this line up anymore. And the bottom of the right side to the right vanishing point. It's gonna be pretty steep and sharp. And the top side of the right side to the right vanishing point. And now we need to make the top. So see if you can do it on your own. Just pause this, but if you can't, bring the top of, from the right corner, you're gonna draw a line to the left vanishing point. From the left corner, you're gonna bring a line to the right vanishing point. And that will give you the top of this box in perspective. You can see it pretty easy when I do it this way. So it's a really quick lesson, and I think cubes are a great thing to start with just because they're simple. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually how to create letters out of these, how to carve out these blocks so you can get letters and shapes, and then maybe even moving into buildings and things like that. What are the main differences? It's basically your vertical lines. Your vertical lines are going to change. In 2-point perspective, they're basically perpendicular, straight up and down, and they just stay that way. So this is all 2-point perspective. But in 3-point perspective, our corners change with that third point. So here's our third vanishing point. So we just kind of are pivoting off of it to get that perspective. That is really cool for creating the illusion that something's getting smaller as it's going down here. Like we're flying into a city and this is a building. This is a block flying through the air. I don't know. Hopefully that was helpful for you to do this practice with me to understand the difference between 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. Go ahead and check out those supplies I put on Amazon. I think you'll really like the list. It's very complete and comprehensive. You don't have to take a course in college or pay for a course to get any of these tips, so I think it's awesome. I hope that was helpful for you and that this made it easier for you to understand the difference between 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. Thanks for drawing with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.